Continuing on with our season previews, today we're going to be taking a look at the Oakland A's. Pretty simple concept, now let's get right into the video. As we stand today, the Oakland A's are one of baseball's worst teams. In fact, they were one of 4 teams to lose at least 100 games. On top of that, they also had a negative 202 run differential last year, which was 28th in all of baseball, so it's not like they were losing a ton of close games, they were getting blown out. Now as for the offseason so far, I do like what Oakland is doing. The only significant name they lost from last season is Stephen Vogt due to retirement. Almost forgot they also lost Sean Murphy, who was probably their best player last year, so that is a huge loss. But they've picked up Jace Peterson, Aledmys Diaz, and Japanese sensation Shintaro Fujinami. Now looking at their offense as a whole, last year they were one of the league's worst as they had a 626 team OPS, which ranked last in all of baseball, and 137 home runs, which ranked 27th. As for their starting lineup going into 2023, it is not great. Seth Brown is probably their best offensive bat, as last year he hit 230 to go along with 25 home runs and 11 stolen bases. They also just signed Tony Kemp to a 1-year deal, who last year hit 235 to go along with 7 home runs and 11 stolen bases. As I just mentioned, they signed Aledmys Diaz from the Houston Astros, who last year with them hit 243 to go along with 12 home runs. While Diaz is definitely not the most talented player in the world, I do like the pickup because he's a utility man in the sense that he can play all around the field. They also have Ramon Laureano, who last year hit 211 to go along with 13 home runs and 11 stolen bases. Defensively, this guy's great, but offensively, he's not going to give you much. One very exciting player to watch this year in Oakland is Shea Langeliers, who is their catcher, who last year hit 218 to go along with 6 home runs. Those numbers aren't great, but Langeliers was a former top prospect, and as he gets a full season under his belt this year, I think he's going to be much better. Jace Peterson is also another pickup that I mentioned before, who last year with the Brewers hit 233 to go along with 8 home runs and 12 stolen bases. He's similar to Aledmys Diaz in the sense that he's a utility man who can play all around the field, and I really like this pickup as well. They also have Connor Capel, who yes, didn't play too much last year, but in the limited time he got, he was pretty good as he hit 308 to go along with 3 bombs. Christian Pache, while he's been really bad up to this point, might get some opportunity in a very bad Oakland lineup. Last year he hit 166 with 3 home runs. And another player to look out for this year is Estuary Ruiz, who last year hit 171, so he wasn't good, but in AAA he had a 900 OPS to go along with 48 stolen bases, so maybe if he puts it together, he could be a very exciting player to watch. And they also have a couple prospects who could potentially make the big leagues this year, as they have Tyler Soderstrom, who is the number 47 prospect in baseball, who hit 29 home runs last year in the minor leagues. And they also have Zach Gelof, who is the number 94 prospect in baseball right now. He's a third baseman who last year hit 18 home runs in the minor leagues. So as a whole, there's not too much to be excited for with this Oakland offense. It is going to be one of the worst in baseball, but they do have a couple of promising young players who I think could be pretty fun to watch. Now as for their pitching, it wasn't too bad for Oakland standards, as last year they had a 4.52 team ERA, which ranked 24th in baseball. Looking at their starting rotation, it looks like it's going to be headed by Cole Irvin, who last year in 181 innings posted a 3.98 ERA. Another top of the rotation starter for Oakland looks like Paul Blackburn, who last year in 111 innings posted a 4.28 ERA. James Kaprielian is also a pretty decent middle of the rotation guy, as last year in 134 innings he posted a 4.23 ERA. Ken Waldichuk will also get some innings, as he's the number 67 prospect in baseball right now, and last year with Oakland he had 35 innings where he posted a 4.93 ERA. And we can't forget about Shintaro Fujinami, who is by far Oakland's biggest signing this offseason. Fujinami is 28 years old, and they signed him to a 1-year deal, and last year in Japan he pitched in 107 innings where he posted a 2.77 ERA to go along with 115 strikeouts. I like this pickup. It's a low-risk deal. It's only a 1-year deal like I said, so it's not like they're committing to him long-term, and he has a lot of potential. He is a flamethrower, and he has some really good stuff. Now getting onto their bullpen, similar to their pitching as a whole, it's not great, but for Oakland standards, it's not bad. Last year they had a 4.31 bullpen ERA, which ranked 24th. Danny Jimenez was their primary closer for most of the season last year, as he locked down 11 saves to go along with a 3.41 ERA. Domingo Acevedo also showed some promise, as last year he posted a 3.33 ERA to go along with 4 saves. AJ Puk is a good left-handed arm out of this bullpen. Last year he posted a 3.12 ERA to go along with 4 saves. They also have a few other decent bullpen arms in Sam Moll and Zach Jackson. So their bullpen and pitching staff as a whole I think could be looked at as this team's strength. It's not going to be good like I said, but I think it will be better than their offense. Now, as for their 2023 outlook, I think they're going to finish right around last year's record. I think they're going to be right around that 60-win range. Would I be surprised if they won 55 games? No. Would I be surprised if they won 65? No. But I just don't think they're going to crack 70 wins. I think they are going to be right around 100 losses. So Oakland fans, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're going to have too much to watch this year. I guess you could convince me to watch some games because of the young talent they do have. I mean, they're not a juggernaut by any means. I don't think they have a very good farm system, but they do have some exciting young players on the way who could make an impact this year. Let me know what you guys think of the A's down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.